If you're a man and you are single, let me tell you where you need to be. You need to come to Miami Swim Week. You need to go to all the Sports Illustrated events. There are tons of gorgeous single ladies, and there is one man for every 20 girls. So you guys need to get yourselves on a flight. You need to get to Miami, and you need to come to Sports Illustrated or any Swim Week event, okay? This is your true Super Bowl, and you're missing out. I don't know where y'all are at.
Welcome back to my journey, season 2 of trying to meet somebody in real life. Tonight, you guys, we're going to a singles event. This is my fit check. Let's go through the look. My shoes are from Nike. My jeans are from Abercrombie & Fitch. Their new Curve Love collection is so good. My top and my jacket are both from Shein. I'm drinking a Coke for energy. Sponsor me. My bag is Polen. And all my jewelry is a gift except for a little chain necklace that's from Amazon. Okay? We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know.
Listen, this year, I think I might have to start going to singles events. Yeah, singles mini golf, singles church mixers, singles days at the park. I think I'm gonna join a run club, anything else? What else should I do? Because, the grocery store used to work, but I guess I've been going at the wrong time lately. Yeah. And the gym is just too messy, okay? The gym is too messy. So, give me some other ideas. Where should I go? I don't like the club.
Okay, so I'm going to try to explain why I think a lot of men are not going to show up to those mixers, those speed dating events, and all those things where a lot of women show up and they're struggling to sell tickets when it comes to the men. There is a reminder everywhere, right? That women are saying that 80% of men are unattractive, that the dating pool is so horrid and men aren't interesting anymore. Men are seeing what women would pop their balloon for and what other women would agree to pop their balloon for. So what I think men are feeling is that they would be showing up to these events for some type of opportunity for the companionship, whereas women would be showing up just for the experience. Women are showing up to look at the decorations and see the food and take the pictures and see if they admire the other women's outfits or maybe even some of the men's outfits. But the reason why I think a lot of men feel like they would just be a prop in the women's experience is because I think the men believe the women when they talk about their disinterest in men, and that the mixer is just another good time that goes on her Sunday night story as a bookend for her get ready with me. Something has to change before men start to believe in stuff like that.
You're a single man in LA, just go downtown. All the baddies be downtown, and they rent is like 5-6 bands a month, so they're doing very well for themselves. And under normal circumstances, you would probably be out of their league. I ain't gonna lie. If she paying that much in rent, you gotta have some money. You feel me? But only thing is, she lives in downtown. You know what that means? She literally has to step over crackheads just to get to her car each and every single morning. Just to get to the coffee shop, she's gotta walk through zombies. So if you look halfway decent, that's gonna be a refresher for her. At this point, your competition are homeless people. You feel me? So, I like your chances, bro. I like your chances. Every time I go to downtown LA, I always get hit on. You feel me? And I might not even be the most attractive person. It's just the fact that, look at my competition. It's crazy. Real life crazy.
Ain't no desirable man going to no speed dating event. I don't know who need to hear that, but before y'all keep wasting y'all money and time going to these speed dating events, don't do it if you expecting men that you would actually want to be there, because they're not. If there are any men there at all, they're definitely not going to be the type of man that you would want. They're going to be undesirable, but they won't be actual top tier, attractive men with things going for themselves. You know why? Because if a man is actually desirable, why would he need to come to a speed dating event? He wouldn't. Desirable men get women constantly, whether it's walking out the house, going to the store, going to the gym, going to school. They don't have a problem in the woman department. See, y'all having a problem in the men department, which is why you're at a speed dating event. But these men are not having an issue with women when they're desirable. They don't have a problem getting girls. You have a problem getting men. And that's something that you need to work on. But as far as going to these speed dating events and thinking that you're going to meet actual men that you would want, they're not going to be there. You'll be good if you even get any men there at all, even the ones that nobody wants.
You know, I think there have been some desirable men that have gone to these singles events, and like clockwork, and women have reported this, they flocked around that same man. And they be wondering what men be talking about when they say you're going for the same type of dude. You're going for the same 1% of guys.
So I went to a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go now.
If it don't work with that man, get another one. And if it don't work with that man, get another one and another one and another one. It's what you keep telling yourself. But I'm here to let you know, everybody is not the issue. And I'm holding your hand when I say this, friend. Everybody cannot be the issue. And you cannot keep jumping from man to man to man to man. I talk to a lot of women that are older, and more specifically women that are in their late 40s right now, and they are living in regret. They are searching for a man. They're like, man, I really do desire to have a husband. After all of these years of, oh, he won't get right next. He won't get right next. And no, I'm not saying sit around for all these other things, but what I am saying is everybody got something that you got to go through them with. You ain't perfect. You got something. Just because you got a Coke bottle shape don't mean that everything else on the inside of you is right and in place. Everybody got something that you're going to have to go through them with. They're going to have to go through you with it. So you might as well pick your person, stick it out, work on it, and move on in life, like run off in the sunset. And I want this to be very much so clear. I am not saying, oh, stick it out when you're getting physically, mentally, and emotionally. Not at all, partner. I ain't saying that. But I'm saying the small things that y'all be ready to backslash and dash, stick it out. Think about it. Think about it. Because you do not want to be 50, 60, 70 regretting your life. Thinking in the back of your head, man, I wish I had just stuck it out. You know what? He wasn't even that bad. And I know you think in the back of your head right now as 20-something, 30-something years old, like, oh no, baby, I ain't gonna regret it. But you don't know. I'm telling you, talk to somebody that is in their 70s, that's divorced, and that is by themselves. They would say, you know what? I do wish I had a companion. I do wish I had somebody to grow old with. I do wish I stuck it out.
With dating apps, the love of themselves, and then their friends continuing to hype them up in a world of delusion, they're not going to listen to this. This is sound advice. They have too many other people saying to the contrary for them to even want to listen to this.
I am speaking directly to good-looking young men. If you think this is about you, it's probably not. I am talking to actually certified, scientifically good-looking men that are younger than the age of 30. Now, why do you not have any confidence, my boy? Why am I, a beautiful woman, being approached by trolls and goblins and not you? Ask yourself that, my love.
And I'm not talking about rich men. I want y'all to be the for real. Y'all not bagging rich men. You're not. Rich man not coming to save you. You're at Applebee's. You're getting off the bus. A rich man not coming to save you. You're 37. You with regular degular Jerome for 37 years. You not about to get little baby. And you 37, you don't need to be little baby. Okay? Stop playing yourself and setting yourself up for heartache because these regular ass niggas not coming with thousands of dollars to give you. You broke, he broke, y'all gonna be broke together. And I only say that to say this. Y'all be listening to these bitches. He paid me $1,000 just to DM me. No, the fuck didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He ain't pay no $1,000. You not even $1,000 to DM me, kind of. You're not. Come on now. Y'all be doing that shit. Y'all trying to trick who? Y'all trying to trick who? I just want everybody to be the fuck real for a minute. That's it. You ain't been from them kind of dudes. They not coming today and they not coming tomorrow. And it's okay. Find you somebody that's in your lane and drive that. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Because you amazing. And I love you. Bye.
Are you under arrest?
She got some wheels on her, I ain't gonna lie. She got some wheels.
I need all the older black ladies to rest. Y'all working overtime trying to convince me that black men don't love me. You failed. You're at the end of your life where you can't make any better decisions because you've hit the wall. Not me. I'm still young. I can make better decisions, and that's what you guys should be preaching. Better decisions, better choices. Not that black men hate us. That sounds like misery and trauma. And I told you guys, when it comes to the sisterhood, they utilize the spirit of misery as their patron goddess. And misery cannot be alone. So misery needs validation. It goes and it runs around for people to trauma bond with. And they find their culprits. They get the little group together and they go and bully other people. You can't bully me here. Ad hominem attacks don't work here. Insults don't work here because I know I'm fine. You can call me a pick-me-sha. I'd rather be a pick-me than a fuck or a skip-me. And some of y'all way too old to be up here spewing the type of male hate that y'all be spewing. It looks like straight up misery and trauma, ma'am. Miss Mama's auntie, TT.
This is a good take. So many times you hear some of these women saying that men are terrible, all men, and that's definitely not true. I appreciate you saying this.
Okay, so I be seeing a lot of women saying nowadays, like, men don't really chase women like they used to. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Men not like they used to be. And it's like, nowadays, a lot of women ain't nothing to chase. Back in our grandma day and back in the day when women were provided for and when women were taken care of, a man actually had to put in a certain kind of work to get certain benefits from women. They had to marry a woman to have a baby with her. They had to marry her to get her in the house cooking and cleaning. Nowadays, women give a man everything for the bare minimum. Like, these men had to go to the strip clubs to see a girl undressed. Nowadays, women just do it for free just because they feel like they can. It's like women need to pick a lane. Like, you cannot be a 304 and a housewife. Y'all be talking about how y'all want to get tricked on and y'all don't care what men think, but then in the same breath, y'all talking about how y'all want to be taken care of and y'all want to be provided for. Like, y'all delusional. Like, y'all part of the problem. Like, men change because women change. Like, y'all not like y'all was back in the day at all.
At this point, I'm just coming to the conclusion that there are a lot of bat that's stuck in a man's body. I went to lunch today with this guy. I went to Jonathan the Rub. I was parked in the main parking lot, and he was parked in the parking lot, but it was further down the strip. So as we were leaving, he says, "Are you going to walk me to my car?" Why would I be walking to your car? You're a big boy. I mean, when I say big boy, he got to be like 6'4", 6'5", 300 pounds. He's a big boy. I said, "No, I'm not walking to your car." I said, "You're a big boy." He said, "Yeah, sis, my body's so T, the British are coming." Oh. What? I'm gonna go ahead and clock out. Matter of fact, I'm just not gonna punch in no more. I think I'm done with dating for a while. I really am. Cause y'all either crazy, sassy, or just plain old disrespectful. So y'all can have it for now. When I decide to come back, I'll let you know.
You know, God forbid a man be wittier than you. He got jokes. He got a sense of humor. Just laugh, say bye, keep it moving. It's not that deep.
Propaganda I'm not falling for, supporting women even when they're in the wrong just because they're a woman and calling it being a girl's girl. No, that's called enabling. And you're weird.
She will be rich. You will be poor lifting up pink dumbbells. End of story. I absolutely adore this comments from one of the videos talking about our favorite controversy of the month. If you don't know what's going on, our favorite owner, the owner of the Pink Gym, Natalie B Gym, all women's only gym, that one, she's released her prices and people are upset. Her prices start at the most affordable whopping amount of 120 pounds per month. If I'm correct, translates over to 160 per month in America. And the people are bamboozled. How could she? It's not worth this much. How am I gonna afford that? Well, you're not gonna afford that. You're never gonna afford that because you are never the intended audience. Inclusivity does not top profit. And given our past experiences with the woman, I thought we understood that she's willing to depart from any group that she marketed towards as the gym being for them, so long as she can gain profit and do whatever she wants. No need to be upset. She's not gonna change anything. The audience supports her no matter what she does. And now that you've realized you were never her target demographic, I guess you can feel a little butthurt. I guess all poor cis women will have to sit next to those trans women that we kicked out earlier.
So basically what you're telling me is a lot of these women aren't girls like they say they are.
Why have the gender roles switched? Let me ask, why have the gender roles switched? This sassy man apocalypse? No. Be a man. Be a man. I don't know who told y'all running around acting like a girl is gonna get you a woman, because you acted like one, and it's making us act like men because we have to do everything and lead while y'all over here crying in the corner. Disgusting.
Well, you were acting like a man because certain agendas in certain movies in society have been telling you to act like a man. That doesn't have anything to do with man. So actually, in our society, men have built up a lot of things and created a space for a lot of these women out here to be on autopilot so that they don't actually need to live with a man. A man did that. A man did that for you. And you're acting like men don't have any contribution to society.
Dating is like putting carts away in a grocery store parking lot. Like, first off, there are the men who just leave the cart wherever in the parking lot, and I will not date those men. Those men are not worth it. Second off, there are the kind of men like the one I just watched here at my local Kroger, where he went into the cart deposit area and he took his cart and put it directly behind another cart that was the exact same style of cart, but he couldn't be bothered to just push them together and make it a little bit easier on the people that work here who have to come retrieve the carts. Like, all you had to do was push a little bit harder, but he just couldn't do that. And so I then went in and pushed all the carts together and gave him an ugly look, because that's what I'm gonna do in this dating world. Great. Be better.
You know, I notice what a lot of these women are.
Be cool, be cool, be cool. You are on the clock. You are working. Smile. Look normal. Oh my God.
This is women in their 30s. Somebody come change this light for me. It's too tall. It's too tall. I don't feel like getting on a ladder or anything. Somebody come change their light for me, okay?
If all women disappeared, would men go to the club? No, because women are the product at clubs. But the opposite is not true for women. If men weren't included, women are going to the club. If you didn't already know, there's an entire business model based off of parties they throw for women only. Sorry, papi. And they have different themed events, reggaeton. You know it's poppin'. I can only imagine the outfits. Like, the amount of freedom these women probably feel, which goes into like a really sad commentary about what a lot of women would do if men just disappeared off the face of the earth. You know, half the answers are like, I would go for a run at night. I would go shopping at night. I wouldn't wear my hijab. I wouldn't carry pepper spray. So if any men are going to be on this whole club thing, let the girls shake their ass in peace, okay? Girls don't go to the club for dudes. God, am I sunburned? Oh my God. Or is that my rosacea? Oh, I did forget to wear sunscreen today.
You know, after doing a little bit of research, I honestly think that the security guards at the door are probably going to be men. And even if they weren't, these things don't really last all that long, to be honest with you. Number 3, it seems more of like a concert. Number 4, y'all use this as an excuse to get out there and be doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. But if that's what you want to spend your money on and that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. But stay out of the country clubs, stay out of the cigar lounges, stay out of the gaming areas that men go to play with their friends. Stay away from all of those things. Leave men alone. Stay away from when men go to gyms and y'all be all up in their space. Stay away. Oh, wait a minute. You're probably not going to do that.
I just need to vent, because why am I always the second option? Every single time, I swear. I'm always the backup option. I'm always the option until a different option comes around. And I get it. I have a complicated life. I'm headstrong. I have 3 kids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a single mom with 2 baby daddies. I understand all of that. It's not an easy situation. And the ones that I, want to give me a chance, they just treat me like shit. And then the ones that I'm not interested at all, those are the ones that are like, You know, there's some of us out here that are trying and you just aren't giving us a chance. Well, Bob, you're 67 years old. What do you want me to do? Of course I don't want to give you a chance. Yes, I'm not dating my father. What do you want from me, Mark? You're my body before you even have a conversation with me. What do you expect from me? User 6547829118512. I don't even know your first name. Who are you? What do you look like? Of course I'm not giving you a chance. Like, let's use our brains a little bit here, guys, okay? The only people I actually give a chance are people that I've had face-to-face conversations with. Even if we haven't met in real life, we've FaceTime, we've been on the screen, we've been face-to-face with each other. You can't connect over a DM, especially if you're not even my type in the first place. I don't know who you are. We're not friends. You don't have a profile picture. Your name's not in your bio, and your username says Big Daddy Mac. Hey, can I take you out to dinner? No, who are you? Of course no woman is gonna go out on a date with you. But when you actually have a conversation or you're talking to someone and then they pick somebody else, that's when you're justified in saying, you know, I never get picked or whatever you guys want to complain about. Women don't feel safe. That's why they're not going out with you. It's not your personality. It's not that you're ugly. You haven't made her feel safe enough to go out with you. Stop blaming it on the women. And it's probably your own doing. You know, I get picked second though. And I see them in person or over the phone or FaceTime. So that what does that say about me, I guess?
You know what? All right. Fantastic. We're going to call those guys weirdos. But by the same token, you haven't made a man feel safe when he looks at your past decisions. Does that make sense? The stuff that you was doing out there, just acting silly, the way you conduct yourself online, the things that you say, that doesn't make a man feel safe. But y'all don't care about that because it's just about you and your feelings, right? Let's start splitting accountability down the middle.
I got to see someone absolutely humbled today in real time, and I just have to share this with you because it was hilarious and perfect, honestly. So if you don't know my story, I've lost over 150 pounds now. I'm about 20 to 25 pounds away from my goal, and I was talking to an acquaintance today. Her husband was kind of standing off in the corner, kind of listening, kind of on his phone, and she asked me like how much weight I've lost, what my goal is, all those questions that are pretty normal to ask. I tell her that I'm now down to about 185 and my goal is around 160. Now I am almost 5'10", naturally a pretty thick girl. She is 5'2" probably and 120 pounds. She says, 160 pounds, that's your goal? I was like, yep. She says, well, don't you think you should keep trying until you get to like 130, 135? Like, I feel like that would be a sweet spot for you. And then she says, I'm between 120 and 125, and I've never felt better. I was like, ma'am, you're 5'2". Like, there's a big difference in how much we should weigh. I said, well, 160 is still in the healthy range for my height, and I like being curvy. She kept pushing it. I think you just don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you deserve to be that small. All women deserve to feel that small and petite. Again, ma'am, even if I was that small, I wouldn't feel petite because I'm 5'10". But whatever. The funny part, her husband is listening to all of this. He finally stops her and says, stop. He said, she's so much taller than you and built totally different than you. He said, she's curvy and thick. Why would you want to take that away from her? Don't make her a stick like everyone else walking around. Well, ma'am, seems like your husband likes it. Don't know what to tell you. Cracked me up, man. Her face, she was like appalled. And then he looks right at me and says, I think you'll look great at 160. He said, you look amazing now. And then he walked away. Humbled.
This is a prime example of how men, in the context of the conversation of men protecting women, this is how a lot of women want men to act. They want them to go scorched earth.
So riddle me this and tell me that I am not the only one. Why is it that if somebody were to see me in my undergarments that is not my husband, why would I be mortified? But then yet a couple of days ago, I come on here and I'm like, buy this bikini. How does that make any sense? Like, okay, my underwear are probably like the furthest thing from anything even remotely sexy, okay? And then I come on here and I'm showing a bathing suit off that shows everything. Why is it okay to be scantily clad in my bathing suit, but no other time? Make it make sense.
I'll say this. She's married, so apparently her husband really doesn't mind a lot. But I think at some point in time, we have to start recognizing the standards that women have for men. I want him to do this. I want him to be this. I want him to say this. I want him to go here, do this, all those things. But if a man should say, how about we raise the standard on modesty? We talk about, and we've been talking about in recent weeks, women and what they wear to the gym. And of course, you've gotten a lot of pushback from some of these women on here. Oh, well, don't look, do this, lock in, all of these other things besides, I'm going to go put some clothes on. If I want you to abide by my standard, I'm going to abide by yours. We don't hear any of that. We just hear, suck it up, get over it, because I'm going to continue to do whatever I want to do. Like I said, she didn't turn her full body to the camera so you can see her behind, but you could definitely see a little bit of what she was working with. So at some point in time, maybe it would be prudent for you to not show this type of stuff on the internet, but maybe if you have a girls get together or a girls night, hey, look what I got, and however you show it, because y'all are in closed space. Y'all are in a private area. But this type of stuff of showing yourself and doing all this other stuff, come on, guys. At some point in time, we have to show a little, in my opinion, we have to show a little respect, more respect for our husbands the same way we would want our husbands to show respect for us.
I'm actually afraid that my standards are too high at this point. This is the first time that I've genuinely felt like I need to potentially lower my expectations when it comes to men. Which is so sad because I feel like if I don't, I will literally end up forever alone. And my expectations aren't that high, or so I thought. I want a man who shares the same faith as me, same values, is romantic. Sorry that I want that. I'm an author. Can you blame me? I want him to make more money than me. I would prefer him to be smarter than me. I want him to have a marriage mindset, like dating to marry. I also want someone that's very goal oriented because so am I. I want us to be able to grow our empire and wealth together. I want somebody extremely loyal. Like I am the woman in his life. I'm his best friend, wife, daughter, mother. I can't find it. And don't think they...
Do I need to add any more? Exactly. In that last clip, exactly what we were talking about. I don't need to add too much more. They got their standard and they want you to adhere to it. But if a man has a standard, suck it up. We don't want to hear it.
I'm a little scared to post this video right now, I will admit. I feel like I haven't shared a lot about my love life online. Mostly just to protect myself. But yeah, I had my heart severely broken about 3 years ago now. And amongst all of that, I was also in the absolute depths of hell with PCOS and just trying to figure that out with a new diagnosis. And I've worked really hard to get better and to be the best version of myself. And I put in so much work. And I've been in such a good place. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I have been the happiest that I've ever been. Finally got to a point where I felt like I was ready to start dating again. And I had been dating and I met someone who I really liked. And that's just ended as well. I'm just so tired. I'm 33 and I don't want to be alone forever. And I know, you can't just put pressure on things in the early days, and we were having such a good time, everything felt really good until it didn't. And yeah, I'm just tired and I'm just frustrated. And I know that I'm a catch and I know that I'm a wonderful, amazing, gorgeous person, and I can say that confidently. Obviously, maybe not right now, but I do know these things about myself, and that hasn't changed, and I won't let this affect how I feel about myself. But I'm just tired. Right now, I feel like I'd rather be alone forever than have to go through this again. Man, like, why is it so hard? Like, every single one of my loved ones and my friends, my close friends, all have partners. And I'm just tired of being the single gal. And I hope that one day I can watch this back and be like, this is why you had to go through this. Anyway, all of this to say that if you're going through it, I feel you, and I don't really want to cry on the internet, but I also want to show up and share with you who I am, not just the good parts. So, here we are.
So a lot of videos are being posted about single dating events or mixers or speed dating or whatever, and the majority of them, if not all of them, are being posted by women asking the question as to why men don't ever show up to those things. And I think it's obvious, but I don't think women see the obvious, because a lot of women, when it comes to dating, are not self-aware. And the answer is simply, women are lazy daters, and they just want to pick and choose from whoever they like. So when you're going to a singles event or speed dating or whatever like that, as a dude, you're going to go there with the same situation that you would go through as if you were on a dating app. Women have a lack of self-awareness. They believe that everybody is ugly unless they are super duper what they want. They are not aware of the fact that they're not attractive, or they're average, or they can't really pull the guy that they're looking at. So when they see regular guys who are probably on the same level as them, they are looking at them like, I wasted my time coming here. And guys are like, I don't need to come and pay for a single event to feel the same way that I feel if I'm on a dating app. Guys are a little more self-aware than women are, especially when it comes to their attractiveness and who they can and can't pull in the dating, and dating. But women don't have that awareness, and most women won't tell their friends the truth about how they actually look and what they actually should go for. So when you're holding these speed dating events or these single mixers or these single events or whatever like that, you're not going to get dudes up there that actually have some type of self-worth, because they already know what it is. They're not going to put themselves in the position to be in the same position that they're in on dating apps. And even if the guy is, you know, somewhat of an attractive option, he already understands how women are when they know that they can't compete for that guy. So it doesn't benefit dudes to come. If you think that you really, really want to incentivize men to come to speed dating events, you got to make it worth their while. You got to be giving them something that they can get out of it, no matter what they, you know, if they do or don't match up with a girl. You got to, you know, pay them. Because you got to also remember, when it comes to relationships, women are expecting men to do the heavy lifting. Not a lot of men are eager to jump in there and figure out, how am I supposed to get a girl to allow me to take care of her? Because that's what relationships are for guys. It's a liability. Most women don't bring anything outside of their beauty and their body to the relationships. So when your guy is looking at it, it's like, I'm going to do all I have to do to impress you so that I can take care of you. It's not ideal. So I would suggest, if women are actually interested in trying to figure out why men are not coming or how to get them to come, you would have to talk to men and give them what they want. Because going into a singles dating event or speed dating or whatever, they're just walking into the same thing that they're walking into if they were on dating apps. It's not really that much of a difference. And most men have understood that now, and it ain't worth it. Because at the end of the day, even if you get into a relationship with one of these women, you still got to take care of them. So if I got to put myself there on the line to convince you to let me take care of you, then what am I really getting out of that deal? Not much.
I usually mind my business, but Oh man, John Cannon said a mouthful, didn't he? I kind of agree. I mean, I feel like two things can't be true at once. I feel like, in a certain sense, there is a lack of accountability, right? But even if men do hold other men accountable, 9 times out of 10, a man is just gonna move around and go hang with people who enable his behavior anyway. So the accountability, I understand in the aspect of saying, hey, you know, we're the leaders of this community. We're the ones who are leading our community in this way. So, although good men can hold bad men accountable, ultimately, the reality is that bad men exist. Bad men exist. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of all that, women also play a role in this too, because a lot of women give bad men access. They validate these bad men. So even if men do hold bad men accountable, there's a woman that's going to validate said bad men. There's a woman that's going to let this homeless bum come stay in her house, hook up his PS5, and bring his trash bag of clothes. There are women who are going to go and sleep with that dope boy that's poisoning the whole community. There are women who will sleep with someone's husband. So in all actuality, ultimately, women play a role in enabling bad men too. Like y'all women who got daughters, and your daughter come to you and tell you that your boyfriend looking at her and touched her in the wrong way. You gonna tell your daughter she fast, but you ain't gonna never put that grown man out your house. You're enabling a bad man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Women enable this too. You got women that will lace other women and line them up for men to come and get them. Yeah. Women be playing a part in this too. When that woman told you that her baby daddy used to whoop her, and you said, oh, he only did that to you, it's because of you. And then you turn around, and then 6 months later, he whooping your ass too. Oh, you got to take accountability as a woman, because sometimes a woman would tell another woman that a man is bad, and a woman won't believe it. Women won't believe it. You just gonna run right into the arms of that lady told you he don't do nothing for his child. You dating this man, he telling you, oh, she won't let me see my baby. She won't let me see my baby. All right, cool. Get what? You going to get pregnant by the hey, he don't even take care of your baby neither. Congratulations. You just ain't able to deadbeat. Just run right into his arms. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the same time, like women eating this up, but women have to take accountability in the fact that women validate these bad men. And now women don't sit over there and be like, how am I validating him? I ain't, ma'am, you slept with him. You rewarded him with some of that good, gracious cookie, and you let him, it's okay. You let him know it's okay for him to be a bad man. It's okay for him to be a deadbeat. It's okay for him to be it's okay for him to be a cheating ass husband. You letting him know that everything he doing is okay because you still giving that cookie to him. That's like a reward. And you keep rewarding the wrong man with that thing. That's the problem too. So regardless of how much men can hold other men accountable, you're the one who gives him the reward. And if y'all keep rewarding said bad men, this will continue to go on. All right, I'm done.
So the reality of the situation is that you have a lot of bad guys. That's just the reality of the situation. It is what it is. Most men know this, if not all men. Most men, even the guys that are terrible, they know this. And so that's the game men are trying to give a lot of these women out here. You're going to run into this guy. Here's how you handle him. If you can't handle him, stay away from this. until I'm able to come out and do whatever I need to do. And it doesn't just work for men, it works for cars. If you're going to the grocery store, literally anything in life that a man has to come in and fix and that requires a man's attention, he's going to tell you, well, do this until I can get there. We'll say this until I can get there and I'm on my way. But what's happening for some of these women is they want to operate outside of a man's influence, of a man's structure, of a man's parameter, and they call it oppressive. If you think about a man's influence and his structure, his parameter in terms of law enforcement. Now, in my understanding of law enforcement, they have certain jurisdictions. I can go here, but I can't pass that line. Well, you should be able to cross that line. Maybe. But the way they do things in other places, not really my business. And I might have a certain opinion about it, but that's none of my business over there. That's a line that's been drawn. That's a boundary. It's what y'all be talking about that I can't cross, or else there's going to be issues for me. And there's going to be issues for you because there's going to be issues for me. What some of these women want to do is go past the jurisdiction, do something wrong, and then run back to the jurisdiction and be like, protect me, save me. Oh, you can't come in here. It doesn't work like that. If you continue to go other places and act a fool, then I got to let them come in and get you. I can't protect you. I just can't. At some point in time, you've got to start working with me. You've got to start allowing me to help you get out of these situations and stay out of these situations. But that would come with influence. That would come with control. And that's when you say, oh man, you're controlling, you're manipulative, you're doing too much and you're limiting the woman. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to keep you safe and I'm trying to protect you, like you said. See, I can make some calls to the next jurisdiction because I got a buddy of mine across the street. I might even have a buddy of mine in another state, in another town, in another country that I might be able to make some calls to, and he might be able to say, I'll check it out for you. But if there ain't anything that he can do, then ain't nothing he can do. Now, what some of these women are trying to do is they're trying to access the man's network is what they're trying to do. They're trying to access his network of protection. They don't necessarily want anything to do with him. They want the benefit of the man. Does that make sense? They're trying to access, okay, if you got a friend, you protect me in Chicago. And if I go to Texas, I want you to have somebody to protect me in Texas. And if I go out here in Canada, I want you to have somebody in Canada to protect me. And the people in all three places are going to say, this is how we operate. Don't go over there doing X, Y, and Z. But what some of these women are going to do is, well, I should be able to do whatever I want. You have influence. You have connections, right? Yeah, I have connections, but that doesn't mean that you can act a fool. Well, why not? You have connections. You're safe. You should be able to get me out of anything. No, that type of thinking is the same thinking that a spoiled brat, an entitled person has. So you have to operate according to what they have going on. Now, if you get yourself in some trouble that you didn't mean to get yourself into, or there's an accident, I can help you. But I can't just be out there when you're acting silly. I can't help you get out of that stuff. Maybe once or twice, but over and over again, that's a pattern of behavior. And that's what men are saying in response to Deontay Kyle. Love it. Love to protect women. Love to make sure they're safe. They're good. But there's certain things that I cannot touch. You know this as a man. You know this. You know there's no endless area or endless space where a man can be able to protect or help a woman out. If you go past those, it's the same for my children. I would love to go to the ends of the earth until I can't, because some things I can't protect my children from. I can try to influence them and say, stay away from this, don't do that. But if they go past all of those blockages, all of those signs, all of those warnings, you better believe I'm trying to track them down and say, please don't do this. Please we'll do whatever we need to do to get the child back to where but at that point in time, it's up to them. If they've gone so far into another person's area, into another person's influence, into another person's jurisdiction, there's nothing that I can really do. I can continue to fight and try to get things taken care of, but I'm limited on my influence. At some point in time, some of these ladies need to start taking accountability for the way they show up in the world and why they're getting themselves into situations that they have no business, especially after a man told you be careful.